Hi, my name's Jesse, and this vlog is about why ground soil condition affects carbon emissions and what we can do about it. So, why is ground soil so important to carbon emissions? It seems like it isn't talked about very much in the global warming debate, but ground soil actually stores a huge amount of carbon in the form of humus. Humus is rich topsoil which contains large amounts of organic carbon and minerals, and also holds its weight in water. I discuss this a bit more in my blog if you haven't already read it. Humus is the way in which we should be returning our organic carbon back into the soil. Why? Because it's a stable way to store carbon, it's extremely beneficial for farming, and it reduces carbon in the atmosphere. Farming removes organic carbon from the ground when things grow, and often this carbon is not replaced. When carbon is returned to the ground in the form of compost or animal manure, we get much richer soils which grow crops with increased nutritional and mineral content. Interestingly, humus also helps increase resistance to diseases. According to researchers from the University of Texas, there have been steady declines in the amount of protein, calcium, phosphorus, iron, vitamin B2 and C in our fresh produce over the past half a century. This is due to soil depletion. The humus contained in the healthy topsoil has been depleted in the farming process. Now, there are actually many things that we can do, and some of them are discussed in my blog. I'll go into a few of them right now. Firstly, we can help by buying produce from regenerative farms that increase or preserve humus levels in the soils. We can research where we buy our foods from by looking for places that use little or no pesticides, because pesticides are particularly damaging for healthy soils. In fact, conventional agriculture with the use of chemicals are actually losing humus content on a yearly basis. Organic farming, for example, is one way of gaining humus content and increasing carbon stored in the ground. By realigning consumer demand towards farms that add humus to soil, we're actually helping reduce carbon emissions. As consumers, we have the power to change the market for the better by increasing demand for ecologically enlightened farming practices. In addition to this, we can lobby governments and politicians for systems that help support and subsidise farmers that are already doing the right thing. Instead of allowing our organic material from food scraps in the household to be mixed with our general waste and taken to landfills, we can compost them in our own backyards, if we have a garden. Food scraps are perfect material for replenishing the organic carbon and nutrients back into the soil. If you can't compost, for one reason or another, we can lobby local governments for plans to make use of organic waste. Materials from homes, shops and restaurants, and these can all be used for regenerative farming. This waste should be combined with other green waste from plants and trees. It should then be composted and then used as a fertilizer in agriculture. This is how we can return the carbon back into our soils in a safe and beneficial way for our environment, for our economy and for ourselves. Thanks for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please leave them below.